Popping, y'all. Can y'all see me? It's crazy, crazy, man. First and foremost, prayers out to DMX and his family. He's taking off life support today, and he's breathing on his own. But his lawyer said that they're still extremely worried. Um, it's so crazy that these things happen and transpire. Um, I knew somebody that really was related to DMX. And y'all know he was on my platform, Coley. Shout out to Coley. My condolences. Prayers up for DMX. But it's crazy. I was speaking to Coley one time, and I don't want to really divulge into the information. So this is why I put the title. You got to watch who you be around, because when Crooked Smile Coley was around X and he had his peoples and stuff, X was on a straight path. And then I started seeing some things, and I spoke to. I don't want to get into too much details, but you got to watch who you have around you. Sometimes when you get to a certain level, mentally, you got to watch the enablers. Now, I'm not pointing no fingers saying who's an enabler, who's not, but people who have drug addiction or people who have problems or people who have issues tend to rely on the people or tend to go the direction of the ones that enable them, because it's easier to deal with enablers. So I'm happy that he's here, but how are we going to change the situation? It's easier to deal with enablers. It's easier to deal with somebody who can say, yeah, 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 do that, do that, do that. When you're dealing with that, like that, an icon, a legend, somebody who speak or preach positive words, somebody who changed the game, somebody who performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people at the what was that concert? If y'all know the concert, what was the concert where he was on stage with all the people he was performing with? Do y'all know? It's like a big thing that they do. If y'all could write in the comments, um, what's that big thing perform? What he performed? Stop, drop, the Rough Riders anthem, Woodstock. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So it's easy to go, but my problem is I'm mad, and I'm not mad at anybody else, but I'm mad at the people because I feel like certain individuals. I don't know who. I just feel like that because I seen him focus. I seen when he was around homie and he was focused and he was on his joint and I'm not blaming nobody, and of course X is to blame because of his decisions, but what about the enablers? When you watch somebody on the stories and he look happy, he look focused, and then you see a shift in the behavior, then who are you to blame? Would you bring an alcoholic to the liquor store and have them wait outside for you at the liquor store? Would you bring a ex drug addict around drugs? What is the motive? What is the motive, man? People be fans of individuals and they're so much of a fan that they miss the human aspect of it. Now follow me. They so much of a fan that they miss the human aspect of it. Follow what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying? What about being a human being? What about putting your foot down? What about stepping down? And what about, regardless of what it is, like we need people like Bino in our lives because, like I said, that there was a situation, and I know y'all saw me, and my mind was going crazy, and I was resorting back to my old ways, and I was sitting outside somewhere, and then Bino got on the phone and like, "Yeah, you're bugging." The Casanova stuff I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to come correct it. Bino said, "Yo, you're bugging." You need people like that to tell you, and regardless, I'm telling about, I'm Flip. I can do what I want. Yeah, I'm saying this. Yeah, you're bugging. He reminded me, and he pushes me to be the best man that I can be. These are people that he don't call me every day. He don't harass me. He don't do nothing. He just pushed me to be the best man that I could be. That's why I respect him. And that's what, as from the outside looking in, I can acknowledge that. But the fact is that this great legend has to be, in my opinion, not that I'm saying facts, but in my opinion, surrounded by I think that individuals, not Swiss beats, not the people in the hip hop game, not the people that won't put their foot down. Now, regardless of what, regardless of the reason they don't put their foot down, that's another story. I can't tell you that. My thing is that how can we help somebody that goes through that or have drug addiction? We're the ex-drug addicts. I mean, they what? They push, they they do what? They figure it out on their own. I want to know, do they figure it out on their own? Sometimes people are hard to deal with, so we distance ourselves. But you know what's so sad about life? Distancing yourself can put you in a position because now your human compass it comes into play. Now your morals and your principles comes into play. And now you're like, but wait, man, I had to distance myself because he wouldn't listen. But damn, if something happened, so if something happened, I'm gonna feel bad. Think about what I'm saying. Because if you think about it, if you listen, it won't sound crazy. You can distance yourself from somebody because they wouldn't listen. But when they going down the slope like this, your moral compass kicks in and you start to feel bad. It happened to me before. So what do you do? What do you do? Shout out to DMX, man. I think that he's breathing on his own, but I don't feel that he should be going through this still. And the people can say, yo, Flip, man, he a grown man, he can do what he want. That's X, he can do what he want. Yes, you're right. You're right. But how far does a person have to go until somebody physically step in? Now, when I say physically step in, not talking about harming or anything, but what can you do? I mean, of course, it's a tricky situation. This is why I say that I don't want to be disrespectful. His lawyer just announced that he's breathing on his own. His lawyer announced that he's breathing on his own. Shout out to his lawyer. His his lawyer announced that I'm gonna play the audio for you. But it just bugged me out because I was around somebody that was so close to him and I had a conversation. Listen, give me a second, y'all. He's being in the hospital as a result of a heart attack. He has been taken off life support system and he's breathing on his own. But we are concerned. It would be disingenuous of me to suggest that I'm not a worried man at this particular point. Earl Simmons, DMX, in my opinion, is one of the great poets of our time. And what he had to say, if people bother to listen and they can overcome their hostility to rap, they would learn a great deal. He's being in the hospital as a result. So he had a heart attack, and everybody talk about the drug overdose and stuff like that. But then, when do you physically step in? So you can't physically step in until a person wants to cure themselves, right? But that's the problem. That's a problem for me. And yeah, you can go to jail and you can force things, but what are the answers? Would you rather take extreme measures or watch someone hurt themselves? What are the answers? What are the answers? I need help. What are the answers? And it hurts me. It hurts me. Like all jokes aside, man. Like shout out to Crooked. You know what I'm saying? I haven't spoke to him in a while, but shout out to the homie because I remember he tried his best. Yo, pull up on X Flip. He tried, bro. He caught me, man. Like I gotta salute him. And I'm not gonna get into what he said because he ain't say nothing crazy. He just said, yo, the dog is a dog, man. X is just X, man. So I understand like what Crooked was saying. But it's like, what do you do? How far do you go? And I'm gonna look at the comments. How far do you go where we don't have another situation? See, a lot of times in our community, when somebody's aggressive or overexert and too much, we fall in line to their beliefs. because we tried our best. Don't get it twisted. We fall in line to their beliefs because we tried our best. Don't get it twisted. We fall in line to their beliefs because we tried our best, or we distance ourselves because we can't take it no more and they go like this. So I guess you're gonna say a person within themselves have to find it within themselves to want to be better. Yes, but when are we gonna blame enablers? That's what my question. When will we blame enablers? When will we blame the people that are giving it to him? Talking about the enablers. It's just about making money. I'm not talking about his team. I'm talking about the people around that are aware who is who. What is it about? Money comes over like, yo, I can't do like when I was younger and I wanted to be out in the streets, my homies took up, nah, you're not selling that, you bugging because I'm a kid. I watch people come outside and violate their uncles and aunts, like, don't sell to my uncle or aunt, or I'm gonna hurt you. I watch that. We know that. You cross that line because they gotta go somewhere else. Then they move away and then they go through certain issues. I guess life, you got to hit rock bottom in order to get back to the top. You got to fall to the bottom of the stairs in order to climb it. You got to slide down the slope in order to go around and climb the stairs. I get that. But why don't we look at enablers? And I want to know. You are correct, Flip. When I was on pills, people around me made me feel like I did not have a problem. Then I had no money and I started getting sick, and those same people were not there for me. Shout out to the dog. This hurts. This hurts, man. His positive messages, his life, his love, it bothers me, man. Like this threw me off. Like this threw me off, man. I wasn't having. I got good news today. I got great news today, man, about moving forward in life. And then, my day started off rocky when I woke up. I was woken up my sleep, so I had a rocky day. But then it all came together, and then I saw this, and it's like, damn, son. Because I remember speaking to an individual closer. I'm not gonna say no names, but I remember asking, and I remember the individual saying to me, like, yo, nah, like it's the peoples that's around them. They're taking them certain places. They're doing that's messed up, bro. And you are the ones that need to be condemned and held accountable for this. I'm sorry, because I heard it with my own ears. It was in my studio. I heard it. I heard it with my own ears. Not gonna say no names, and it wasn't crooked, neither. Nah, Flip, I heard it. Somebody came to holler at me. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. For what? Let him be him. Do people need drugs in order to be the best that they can be? Do people need drugs in order to be the superstars that they are? Do people need drugs in order to? I get how life is, but when do we change? When do we step in? Niada 71 said, addiction is hard to fight. I agree. When do we? Why we can't get physical? That's why Swiss, why I love and respect Swiss Beats? Because he genuinely love X. Swiss is rich. I'm pretty sure that Swiss would give X the shirt off his back, but he takes his time because he doesn't want to enable something. So Swiss seems like a person to me that would put money into a trust fund for children, or Swiss seemed like a man to me that will pay off for the house but write the check to the mortgage company. Swiss seemed like a man to me that's it. So he wouldn't enable. I'm not gonna give you this, but I could tell he love him because he takes his time and bring him around. Because X is a legend. We got to look within, taking advantages of people that are in situations that sometimes is bad for them. We are our own demons, but a lot of the times it take an angel to bring us out of the dark place. So what are you? Are you a minion or are you an angel? And that's the problem that I got. That's the problem that I got. Are you a minion or are you an angel? So when you sit down and you look at this, and I know a lot of ex homies and the supporters they watch and stuff. When you look at this ain't no disrespect. This ain't no disrespect. This is reality and this is a check. And I don't mean a check like monetarily. This is a check. Why are you around somebody if you're not going to help them be the best them? Now, of course, there's a lot of celebrities and stars that did drugs and they become the best them because it brings out a character. But why be around somebody? Because of course you have people like, hey, yo, call this person to get this for me, or call that person or do that. And who's it for? It's a lot of trickeries and ways that people can go, but I just feel like we don't like to see people be the best that they can be. We don't like that. We don't like to see that, man. If, of course, fans, shout out to all the fans, man. Like I love you. You know what I mean? I love you. And when I say we, I know we do, but have you ever noticed that what excuse can somebody give you if I go hard at X and I tell them not to do this, if I go hard at this person about their addiction, they'll stop giving me money, or I wouldn't be a part of this show. So what? So what? Is it about monetization? That's what that's what it's about. It's about monetization. It's monetarily. That's all it's about. So what? You ever notice that when you do something with positivity and your moral compass is in check, do you know that always come back when it's time to think and realize and check in? Do you ever notice that? Tell me what I'm saying. When you distance yourself from somebody or somebody breaks away from you because you want the best for them, do you notice that they come back when they realize when it's time, like, damn, son, like y'all messed about pilot. Have you ever noticed that? Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. People are enabled for all the wrong reasons. Why don't you turn that negative enabling into positive enable? I will enable you to be better. I would enable you to go to rehab. I would enable you to take care of your business. I would enable you. It's so sad that his family and all the people that been around him that put a lot of work in that was around him for years, they gotta feel this way. And I don't know how they feel because I don't know all of them, but it's bad, bro. It's bad. So I'm not gonna sit here and because this is not a joke video. Where I'm gonna go get the like. I'm not gonna do that about the likes because this is dear to me. Even sometimes I feel like, damn, like I've watched myself. I've watched myself. Be, I had to distance myself from people in my life. Some people that you guys know because of drugs, right? And they're around my age. And this isn't myself is because that they didn't they wouldn't listen or I see it being a problem. But it bothers me every day, and I have attempted or attempt to extreme measures to fix it. Now, of course, it's on them, and like I said with X, it's on X. He's gonna do what he want to do, how he want to do it, when he want to do it. Nobody can tell him nothing. But when does the aggressive behavior come? DMX is off life support and is breathing on his own. Thank you, Prince Love. I played it. How much time? And people, I see some comments. He got to hit rock bottom. How much time does the OG got to hit rock bottom before he goes up to the top? It takes a village to raise a child, and it also takes a village to lift you up. Think about what I'm saying. It takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to lift you up. There's a guy in here named Bentley Messiah saying that his father, he's DMX son. Bentley, what's your Instagram? Is there any way we can prove this? Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was a crackhead. Y'all knew that? When he was young, he was into drugs. And how do you think Robert Downey Jr. like if white people could do it, black people can do it? And I just saw that comment and it's right. Somebody said it. Robert Downey Jr. was it, and then he ended up being Iron Man, Sherlock. He ended up standing on the square. That's so crazy. Of course, he had rich people and stuff, but do you think that his family? What do you think that happened? You did with him now? What's your Instagram? That's what I asked you for your Instagram, Bentley. Hold on, hold on. Somebody said, my mom was a crackhead. I'm a crack baby. It's selfish. I was in the foster system because of her stuff, bruh. Ain't no excuses. Same way with weed. If the mom's still smoking while she's pregnant, CPS is coming. I understand. Yeah, he hit rock bottom. He made a full turnaround, and why we can't do it? So I definitely I want to ask you guys a question, and I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody, and I know a lot of y'all don't like what I be saying, and I want y'all to listen to me. I know I come in here yelling about the likes because I'm going back and forth with YouTube, and I know I say a lot of things because a lot of things is going on with me. Um, but it's about being good and it's about being the best that you can be and spreading the message. And I've tried my best and I witnessed these things, and I feel like I just wish that things were different. I wish that things would. I wish that I would be able to, like, yo, dog, you bugging. It's so crazy that I heard that some of the people, you know, what's crazy? What I heard one time, and I don't know if it's true. And he said his son said he's in there. I doubt that's his son, but his son said he's in here. But you know what's so crazy? That the enablers will remove you from the non-enablers, and it's easy. That's the trick about it. And then you got to be sensitive and move accordingly. The enablers will move you away from the non-enablers. They'll move you away. They'll get you busy. They'll put different people around you. They'll do different stuff so you can't go around the people that say, yo, nah. Think about what I'm saying. OGX, let me talk to you real quick. I really hope and pray that you survive this. You know, I'm not blaming anybody else. You are to blame, but I just feel like changing your surroundings, is the best thing. Um, what's your Instagram, Bentley? You see you going live at the hospital. What's your Instagram? You're not giving me your Instagram. Where you going live from? We're not going. It's the best thing, and I feel like, and I hope that, and I know that you'll come out of this. And when you come out of this, I hope that you realize and be able to change things around and move things accordingly, in order for you to be better. Because you're hurting your family, you're hurting your fans, you're hurting the people that love you. People give you your flowers all the time, so it's not like a situation where you don't get your flowers, or this is a choice. But I also feel like you gotta look around and reevaluate things. I surround myself with people that's doing better than me because it inspires me to be better. Swiss Beats, that's why I respect him. I know he inspire you to be better. I respect men like that. Buster, I can't like I don't like this. I don't like this. I think that we gotta come together and hopefully his peoples, his families do what they gotta do to make him a better man. You know what I'm saying? And I know I may receive some backlash. I know people could be mad, but I don't care. I don't. There's nothing that can change the way I think, change the way I feel. regardless of what X needs to be. He went away to Arizona. He moved away. Now he's back in Yonkers and he's back out here. He went away to try. X needs to be away. We need to put him in something away so he get his mind right and get his energy right. Because even he knows that relapse is real. It starts off with weed. Yo, let me smoke some weed. Yeah, yeah, let me get a drink. Then it starts off with woolers, cigarettes, and it starts off with woolers. So it's weed, then it goes to woolers, and then it goes to other stuff. Y'all know that. Y'all we seen the game. He needs to get away from negativity. And I wish that us as fans could put something together, even with the people that love him, you know what I mean, and put something together to send him away. Because let me just say this: you mother that's around him and that don't want him to win, that's putting his family through all this, that's separating him from his family, that's doing all that stuff all for a check or all to get recognition. We all laugh. Yeah, it's funny to watch somebody at their worst moments. It's funny at the time to catch that exclusive footage. It's funny at the time to be a part of something, but you're a part of negativity. So at the end of the day, you're just gonna be a person when things are said and done. You're just gonna be a person that enabled. That's how I feel, and nobody gonna make me feel different. You're just gonna be a person that enabled. You ain't gonna be nobody else that did anything real. I watched when he was around my man, around Crooked. I watch him. Me and Crooked always laugh and talked about it. Crooked called me, yo, come see it. Coley did that. I got to give him his flowers, his credit. Even Coley, I talked to him about certain things and we go back and forth and stuff like that. And he know the measures that I take. So prayers up for X. Somebody wrote something. Why are you trying to make money already when DMX is fighting for his life right now? I think you used to check the people that's around you. Prayers are for you, XOG. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the problem. You see, you're also an enabler because I'm speaking out against something. Like there's a message behind this, but the message is not to what you think. You think it's about money. The message behind it is more important. I'm going against everyone. Because hence I said people came to my studio. I'm going against everyone. I'm not an enabler. It's not for money. It's true. It's what I feel in my heart. It ain't right. It's wrong. It's wrong. So you can enable and let me send prayers and stuff like that. But what's the solution? We never come up with solutions. Us as a people, us as a community, we don't come up with solutions. We just want to say things and want to be a part of the issues. What's the solution? What's the solution, homie? DMX is breathing on his own. God bless him. But how can we avoid this from happening again? And I bet you nobody has the answer because we're just happy. We always look at short term. We look at how far the rock can go. We look at how far we can throw the rock. How about you walk past the rock that you've thrown? We see how far we can throw the rock. How about you walk past the rock that is thrown? Keep that in your mind. URLTV.tv. I'm from Queens. Get well, X. Prayers up. Miss you, boy.